Most people think reaching their next level requires becoming someone new. In my experience working with high performers, the opposite is usually true. Your truest potential is already inside of you. It simply hasn't been fully uncovered yet. Today, I want to talk to you about something that sits right at the center of the work I do with my clients. It's the idea that the next level does not come from inventing a completely new version of yourself. It comes from unleashing the one that already exists. Over the years, I've worked with a lot of high performers, entrepreneurs, business owners, executives, high profile, high net worth individuals, people who are already producing results most people would be thrilled with. And something interesting shows up again and again. Their greatest potential is already there. It's just buried under layers of expectation, layers of environments. They learned how to succeed inside, layers of identities that once helped them win. Those layers served a purpose at one point. They help someone get to where they are. At a certain point though, those same layers can begin covering the very thing that makes someone exceptional. And that's where the real work begins, in my opinion. I describe this process as excavation. Think about an archaeological dig. The artifact already exists, been buried over time under layers of dirt and rock. The excavation process doesn't create the artifact, it simply reveals it. And the same thing happens with human potential. My framework helps excavate what has always been inside you. Their instincts, their natural strengths, the way they uniquely think, move, and lead. The environments where they operate at their highest level. Once those things start coming into view, something powerful begins to happen. Clarity increases, confidence grows. Especially confidence in decision-making. Decisions start happening faster, momentum builds in a way that feels natural rather than forced. This episode is brought to you by Go High Level. If you're a business owner who's tired of duct taping together 5 different platforms just to run your company, this is your solution. CRM, funnels, website, email, text marketing, automations, memberships, landing pages, payments, all in one place. When I moved everything over, I was able to cancel multiple subscriptions and save over $1,000 a month. And memberships start at only $97. If you run multiple businesses, well, they got you covered there too. High performance requires clean systems, visibility, and control. Go High Level gives you the infrastructure to scale without the chaos. Grab your 30-day free trial using the link in the show notes. I want to share a personal story here. Years ago, I was deep in my career in the medical device sales world. 15 years in fast-moving, competitive environments, big expectations, big numbers, high pressure. I climbed the ranks. I helped launch disruptive technologies. I was making more money than I ever imagined growing up in a one-stoplight town. From the outside, it looked like everything was working. Then one day, a different question popped up. Not, can I do this? I'd already proven that. Question became, do I want to keep building this? That question required honesty. Do I want to keep building this? Now, what I realized is the skills and the attributes that made me successful in that environment were real. My ability to execute, my instinct for strategy, my ability to read people and move quickly. Those things were not tied to that job. They were part of who I am. What I built around them was simply one expression of my potential. And once I saw that clearly, something shifted. I gave myself permission to uncover who I truly was beneath the identity that I had been operating inside. Who else is in there? There's more. That process eventually led me to make a bold move. I left a very successful corporate career to build the work that I do today. Unleashing your potential does not require a radical life change like the one that I made. You don't have to quit your job. Now, for some people, unleashing their potential means building something completely new. But for most others, it means showing up differently in the exact life that they've already had. It might mean leading differently inside the same company, running your business differently, trusting your instincts more, surrounding yourself with people who elevate you, or simply allowing more of who you truly are to show up in your work and your life. Now, excavating your truest potential can feel confronting. Once you see clearly who you are and what you're capable of, certain things around you may start to look different. Certain environments, certain expectations, certain paths that you may have been following for years. Staying where you are can feel easier. Familiar environments feel safe. Predictable paths feel comfortable. And that's why I always remind people of something really important. Doing the excavation does not mean you have to act on what you discover, ever. Maybe you don't act on it right away. Maybe you never act on it. Awareness alone is very powerful. You're simply uncovering what is already there. What you choose to do with that awareness is always your decision. I find, though, Something interesting tends to happen when somebody clearly sees their potential. It becomes much harder to ignore. Your standards begin to shift, your vision expands, your decisions start coming from a deeper level of truth. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with something to sit with. Take a moment and ask yourself this question. Where in my life might there be more inside me than what I'm currently expressing? Not what should I change, not what should I build next. Just notice. Where might there be more leadership in you than what you're allowing people to see? More creativity than what you're currently using, more courage than what you've been giving yourself permission to act on. The goal isn't to force a decision today. The goal is simply awareness. Unleashing your potential starts the moment you allow yourself to see what is actually inside you. And once you see it clearly, something is probably going to shift. I imagine your standards are going to change, your decisions are going to change, the way you move through the world begins to evolve. Your next level was never missing, my friends. It was waiting for the moment you were ready to uncover it. And when you do, that's when things begin to unleash. Thank you for spending this time with me today. And as always, keep rising.